Welcome to the Bushido Gang. What's up, guys? It's Attack on Samurai, and welcome to another Pokemon Sword and Shield moveset video for you guys. So yeah, we just did Spectrier. So why not do the other horse? So we got Glastrier. So Glastrier is a ice type, a pure ice type. And it actually has a much better move pool than our boy Spectrier. So the one downside to this mon is the fact that it's a pure ice type, which is, universally bad, but also the fact that it's I'll let the stats speak for itself. Before we get started, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido Gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokeamino and check out my Smogon profile. All those links will be down in the description. So let's dive in and let's talk about Glastrier. So these are Glastrier stats. It's base 100. It has 145 attack, so pretty much the reverse of Spectrier special attack. It's got 130 in defense, so this mon is defensive as fuck. It's got 65 in special attack, so its special attack is terrible, and it has 110 in SPDEF. And then look at that speed. Oh man, when I saw that speed, like no cap, when I saw the stats for these mons come out, I was actually pretty sad. Like when I saw Glastrier stats, I was just like, oh no, like I was just like, damn. They did this mon that dirty. But yeah, its speed is horrible, so you have to run it in Trick Room for it to do anything. But overall, it has very good stats. Again, its attack and defense and SPDEF really help out, and so is its HP. So you can actually make this thing pretty bulky. However, ice types are not known to be. There's only a couple exceptions to the ice type being bad defensively rule, and that's like Avalugg. Avalugg's like the only one. That's the only one I can think of. Other ice types are usually meant to be offensive. While this one pretty much is offensive, but it's just bulky. So yeah, in my opinion, I think it's best to run this mon on Trick Room, and that's why I made some sets that can actually work in Trick Room. So first, we have an SD set with Icicle Crash, Close Combat, and Stomping Tantrum. Actually, let me show you the moveset that's better than what's it called? That one mon. Oh yeah, Spectrier. So overall, it already has a better move pool. It has 5 ice moves. That already makes it better than Spectrier in terms of a move pool. That already makes it better in terms of the move pool it has. But also its coverage is really good too. It gets CC, it gets body press, it gets high horsepower, so it has ground coverage. It has Mega Horn and Lash Out, which is pretty cool. So it has dark and ground coverage, or dark and bug coverage. What else? It does get superpower as well if you don't want to go for CC. But I'd rather go for CC. It does get taunt, which is interesting, but I don't think you're really gonna run that. It does get sub as well, and even its lesser moves are better too. It does get Smart Strike, so again it has more steel coverage. So it's not that bad, honestly. Again, it has a much better move pool, so I already like it so far. But again, the speed is the one thing that throws me off when I saw this thing. That's literally the one thing that threw me off. Everything else about it, I like its move pool. But yeah, like I said, this mon is meant to be ran on Trick Room, so this is going to be an SQ set. It takes advantage of the Trick Room, so you would want to use this if you have a mon that can allow Glastrier to come in for free. So you would need like a Memento user. So something like UC would actually work really well with Glastrier. Or just a Trick Room setup that could boom for Glastrier and then allow it to come in for free and then set up, or even just get off damage. Because the one thing about its ability is that every time this mon gets a kill, its attack goes up. So it's basically like Moxie, which is honestly amazing. I mean, it is Moxie. It just has a different name. But yeah, it's good. It's a good ability on this thing. Makes this mon able to steamroll through things a lot quicker, or pretty fast. I mean, while it's under Trick Room. You could put Stomping Tantrum here, but I think High Horsepower is better. This is what people have started or have been running so far. But yeah, you have your ground cover to deal with the steel types. You got your CC, which bodies the rock types, and you have your Crash, which just kills everything. Especially after a +2. After a +2, nothing really switches into this thing comfortably. So yeah, this one is honestly pretty good on Trick Room, man. It's amazing. It's very good on Trick Room. So you could definitely take advantage of this thing. So yeah, not bad. Again, Icicle Crash deals with all the flying types, deals with the grounds. CC deals with the steels, and also, well, I mean, it just hits hard anyway. Again, get off that base 145 attack. Like CC is gonna hurt a lot of things, and paired with High Horsepower, like Ice and ground coverage is very good together. Again, you guys see Mammal Swine like that. That's a very good mon. And the fact that it has pretty much the same coverage as it is pretty good. Now I think it would have been cool if this thing had Ice Shard. If it had Ice Shard, it would be a great revenge killer. Or I mean, it would have great priority. But I guess they didn't want to make this mon too good with Ice Shard. But hey, I would have gladly taken that. Yeah, again, it's better to set this thing up if you have a Memento mon in the back that can set you up for free, and then you just SD on that weakened bond. Then you have Glastrier with the band, so it's gonna be banned on Trick Room. So it's got Icicle Crash, High Horsepower, CC, and Icicle Spear. So Icicle Crash is because it just hits harder than the other ice stabs it has. Even though it is inaccurate, but still that 85, or I guess technically it's like 1.5. So it's like so I mean, because it's boosted by stab. This thing really doesn't have too many switch-ins from a Crash from this thing. And even if you can start like setting up too, or I mean after you get a kill, then you just keep boosting and boosting. That snowball effect is really gonna really gonna start showing. So yeah, High Horsepower to deal with the ground, to deal with the steel types again. CC to again break through the dark types, rock types, and all that jazz. And just hits things very hard neutrally. And then Icicle Spear is just going to be the more consistent ice move, which not only breaks subs, but also it hits 5 times. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Again, that damage can rack up pretty quickly. So it could actually help with other revenge killers in the back, or just like other sweepers in the back that could benefit off it, or a priority mon in the background that you have on a Trick Room. Which usually Trick Room doesn't have that, but you know, some do. Some of them do. I really wish this thing had Ice Shard. I really do. But yeah, again, like I said, this mon with a band and under Trick Room, no switch-ins. No switch-in. Like every mon on here gets capped by this thing. Maybe not Pert. No, definitely not Pert. Yeah, like Crash just dominates a lot of mons, especially if you get rocks up too. Like if you have a rocker or just a spike user on your Trick Room team, then you can just spike up, keep those hazards up. Yeah, keep those hazards up, and then Glastrier just becomes a straight up demon with spikes up, or rocks in general. Yeah, definitely prioritize having hazards up so that we can actually get the damage off of this thing. So yeah, that covers Glastrier with the band. Then we have a subset, so it's gonna be a sub 3 attack. I think this one's also pretty usable, but then again, you are doubling the amount of damage that you take from sub plus life orb, so you kind of weaken yourself a lot faster. But under a sub, I do think it can still be effective. I mean, to be honest, you could put maybe like a Never Melt Ice on this, or you could put or even lefties if you want to. But I like Life Orb just for the amount of damage you can put on this thing, or they can put out on whatever comes in. So you sub up, you're under your Trick Room, then you can just CC/spear everything you want. So honestly, it's good for getting damage off and just good for chipping things as well. And again, like I said, Spear/Crash really has no switch-ins. They really have no switch-ins. And Ice and Fighting coverage together is also good too, because again, it covers it covers those weaknesses that Ice share. Again, being ground, or being so many weaknesses. So CC is just free under a sub. So yeah, it's honestly pretty strong. It's very strong. But yeah, there's not much to say about Glastrier. It's pretty much kind of set for itself. It's just a Trick Room abuser. That's all it is. That's all it will ever be. I don't know if it'll stay OU. It probably will, honestly. It probably will stay Trick Room. I mean, yes, it will stay Trick Room. I'm saying that it probably will stay OU, but it may end up dropping into UU and then get banned. That's what I see this thing happening, or that's what I see happening to this thing. But yeah, if you ever use this thing, I honestly think that Trick Room is your best option. Like that's what you should be running on this. Now this is something else you could do. You could have like boots with SD, so you don't have to take rock damage. Granted, you know, you don't have to do this option, but that is something you can do, just an SD set with boots. Again, I kind of just left that open for your own use. Again, you could just go SD, Crash, Icicle Spear, and then like CC or whatever you want, or Crash, high horsepower, and then CC. Yeah. Again, this one is pretty. Again, it's pretty just like. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but like, it only has one role, and this being a sweeper. So that's kind of where it is. It doesn't really do much else. It doesn't have any kind of support options for real. I mean, I guess you could run like Sleep Talk, but again, Spore isn't really that big like how it was in previous gens, so I don't think, you know, you need to run that. But if you want to, you could do like a Rest Talk set with boots. That could be pretty decent. I was actually thinking about adding that onto the list, or onto one of these spreads, but I think that would be more niche than anything. But I'll add it anyway. Nah, actually, no, I'm not gonna add it. I'm not gonna add it. I don't think something like Rest Talk with this would be that good. But with boots, maybe with boots. Because I mean, you could sleep off the damage and then still be able to rack up damage with Crash / SD, or like Crash / high horsepower. But I definitely think that you want to be able to, you know, get the boosted damage from Life Orb. I think that's what you need to be doing with this thing. So yeah, some partners I would suggest pairing with Glastrier. Again, Yuxi is a very good one, because again, you get your rocks up and you also get your memento off, which means easy setup for these two forms. It even allows you to bring in the Glastrier for free, or the banded one. Let's see, what's another good one? Well, actually, this is the best one, honestly. Yuxi really is the best Trick Room setter, just because of its utility options being so useful. Yeah, you could even say, I'm actually not going to say Hatterene. I don't think Hatterene would be a good one, but Yuxi definitely counts. I guess, actually, you could add Runerigus, but I don't know about that one. I mean, I guess it's good as like as an electric community with Reggie like you running around, and also Tapu Koko, so you could do something like that, but I don't think it's that necessary. And plus, Yuxi takes the hits anyway pretty well. Except for Reggie like it doesn't take a hit from that. It didn't take a hit that well from it. But yeah, again, your main job with this thing is just to set up Trick Room, get up rocks, memento, and then Glastrier comes in and then does what it does. Sweet. So yeah, again, not much to say about Glastrier. Again, it's good. But I don't know if it'll stay OU. Again, if it does stay OU, then it'll probably still be okay, but it'll be dedicated to Trick Room. And honestly, in OU, there are very few like Trick Room setters that can set up like right away. That would be, I mean, the only viable one is like the Girna that can just mono Trick Room, or mono set up with Trick Room. But it does have other support options like Cresselia too, and also Stack Attacka right now. So again, it's got options. It's definitely got options for setting up anyway. But yeah, that pretty much covers Glastrier. So let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys like Glastrier more than Spectre? For me personally, I don't know. I'd probably say Spectre for me, just because I like the design better. But I think competitive wise, I might lean towards Glastrier just because its coverage is really good. It's surprisingly good. So it's something you don't want to underestimate. So yeah, be on the lookout for this mon. Again, if it does drop, it'll drop in UU and then get banned. That's what I see. That's what I see. But then again, it also depends on what mons drop with it too. Like if there's, let's say for example, something like if Moltres drops down into UU with it, which it probably will, then I think Glastrier can probably be checked. Actually, let me check UU anyway. Let's see what can actually stop this thing in UU. Chandelier, Darm, Incineroar, Marowak. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. You know, actually, I think this mon destroys this tier. I think it still destroys this tier, honestly. Even though it does have answers. What if it trick rooms? Then what do you do? Then what do you do to this thing? Yeah, I think this mon's gonna dominate. But again, it all depends on what drops down with it. Yeah, we'll find out what mons drop down by the 1st of November. So by Sunday, we'll find out. But yeah, that's gonna cover Glastrier. Again, be safe, wash your hands, and oh wait, I forgot to say, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokemino and check out my Spellground profile. All those links will be down in the description. So be safe, wash your hands, and I will see you in the next showdown live with Glastrier. So peace out.